Welcome to Calendar Week 8's video. This week I want to go over health, the three bases of health that I've been speaking about in previous videos. I don't know how well I'll be able to describe it. I wrote some notes, but the concept is still kind of floating around in my head. It's more of a theory that I've been putting together. So just bear with me. This is the first installment. To get started, I want to talk about the pleasure principle. I think it's useful to talk about because it describes the motivation we have, why humans act the way they do in reality. So I don't want to focus on what should or ought or could be of life. It's more important to see life as it is and understand why it happens. So the pleasure principle is very useful for that. We're guided by our cognition to desire things that make us happy, that make us feel pleasure, and things that we enjoy. So some physical examples would be the five senses. We like things that feel soft. We like food that tastes good. We like to see beautiful art. We like to hear pleasing melodies. And we like to smell good perfumes. In the mental realm, we like to feel satisfaction when we accomplish a goal. We like to feel appreciated. We like to feel loved. And we like to feel proud of oneself. In the spiritual realm, we like camaraderie, companionship, belonging. We like tranquility, resoluteness of spirit, so not wavering in thoughts, contemplating, going back on ourselves. Oh, one day you like this, one day. We like to not have to reconsider our thoughts. So I described the pleasure principle as the motivation for humans in reality. We like the good. We try and avoid the bad. The bad would be pain and suffering. So in the video where I talked about the healing power of the mind, things that give us pain are fear of death, bodily pain, and the interruption of pleasure. And it is according to opinion that we suffer. So when we experience something that causes us to fear for our lives or our bodily safety, we know it is to be avoided in order to survive. Or so we think. On to physical health. I like to think about health as kind of an oscillating, like a cycle. Ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. So if we think about what motivates us with our physical health, the basis would probably be eating. We direct our thoughts and actions. We direct a lot of our work onto eating because it provides us energy, and we get a large dopamine rush, pleasure rush whenever we eat or whenever we are eating, and it's hard to avoid. We eat 3 times a day, stuff like that. So that's the positive. The negative would be stimulation. And what I like to think about it is the utilization, the use of energy, or the consumption of energy. Stimulation would be the inverse of gaining energy, the inverse of gaining pleasure. It is perceived to be bad or negative, but it's only considered bad because it is work. It's stress, it's exhaustion, it's depletion. So to promote good physical health is to accumulate energy and then to utilize energy. So if we have an imbalance of accumulating energy, then our body starts to give us all kinds of negative signals like back pain, arthritis, joint problems. Our body gives us signals of discomfort. So you want to balance your health by getting enough food that makes you happy and not so much that you're starving, and then utilizing that. Easy way to utilize energy or the stimulation of the body is exercise. So move your muscles in a way that is sustainable and helpful to your individual body. What does that mean? It means not putting untrained or weak muscles past the breaking point, past the point that they can handle, past the point that hurts. Meaning lowering the bar, meaning lowering your expectations. Lowering your expectations as to what a normal person should get tired from. For starters, try an exercise that you can do, you physically can do, that you're able to do. Then try and do it for a while or over and over again. See if you get tired. If not, then you know that you need to make it more difficult. Just make it a personal challenge for you, but aim low. Next, the mind. I think that the promotion of energy of the mind would be sleeping. Whenever you're exhausted, whenever you're tired, whenever you've used up too much energy, everybody gets tired. Their eyes get heavy, people get cranky. It's easy to tell with kids. It's like, oh, you need a nap. As adults, we get better about that, delaying sleep, but sleeping gives you energy, and then focusing, using thoughts, using your mind, being conscious, those all are the negative. They take away energy. So the balance of good mental health is getting enough sleep, getting enough tranquil thought, resting, and then utilizing that. So don't get too much sleep because you become too lazy, slothful, and indulgent. And then don't use up too much or else you become exhausted, tired, cranky, angry. I like to think about mental cognition as biphasic. So you want to balance your hot and your cold cognition, your instincts versus your contemplation, your conscious mind versus your unconscious mind. If you have an overstimulated unconscious mind, if you're always using your instincts, then you have your mind wandering. You can't turn off that chatter in your head. You can't focus on anything. So the balance of your mind is to, one, get enough sleep, and then two, whenever you stimulate it, try and balance it between your hot and cold cognition. Don't spend too much analyzing things that don't need to be analyzed. Don't be a perfectionist. And then don't be someone who's so quick-witted, instinctual that you don't contemplate anything. I was hoping to next go over the spiritual health, but I rambled on a little too long, and I don't think I have enough things to say about spiritual health, so we'll just save it for another video, and I'll work on collecting my thoughts and trying to figure out what I mean. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great one.